Hello dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. So today's topic is about general equation of circles. For example, in our straight line chapters, first we learned various forms of equation of a line, and after we learned all the various forms, after that we moved on to general equations. So in this case also, first we learned in circles, we learned the standard equation, after that we learned diameter form, and now we are going into the general form of a equation of a circle. Okay, so the general form of the equation of a circle is given by x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Okay, now if this is your general equation, then what will be the center? The center will be given by this formula. Okay, that is minus g comma minus f. You can see g out here, you have got f also here, right? So minus g comma minus f gives you the center, and the radius is given by square root of g square plus f square minus c. Okay, so this is the formula that you need to remember. Okay, so if this is the case, now let us see some special features of this general equation. Now if you observe this equation, we see that the coefficient of x square is how much? It is 1. And what is the coefficient of y square? It is also 1. So the first special feature is, number 1, coefficient of x square is equals to coefficient of y square. Okay, so this is the first thing that we see here. Okay, and what is the maximum power? Maximum power is 2. That means this equation is a quadratic equation in two variables. Okay, so quadratic equation in two variables, remember. All right. Okay, number 3, the third part. Okay, so if you observe this, we don't have term containing xy. Okay, so there is no term containing xy. All right, now let's go to the fourth one. Okay, so for example, let me take this. For example, in this radius we have got square root, right? So like you have done in your quadratic equation in your junior classes, we know that discriminant is given by b square minus 4ac, and quadratic equation formula was minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this was your quadratic equation formula, and you learned something called nature of roots. So nature of roots were decided using this. Yes, so that means if this is what? This is d. Now if d is greater than 0, then the roots will be real and unequal. If d is 0, then the roots will be equal and real, and if d is negative, then the roots are imaginary. That's what you learned. So in this case also we will take up this one. Okay, so that is, if g square plus f square minus c is greater than 0, that means within square root whatever quantity is there, if that becomes positive, then what happens? Okay, then the circle is real. Okay, then the circle is real. All right, now next is, if g square plus f square minus c equals to 0, okay, if this quantity is 0, then what is the meaning of that? This means that radius is 0, isn't it? So radius is 0 means circle is a point circle. Okay, so this is also a circle without any circumference or without any boundary. So such kind of circle is known as, see, only center is there. We don't have any radius because radius is turning out to be 0. So such kind of point is called point circle. All right. So if g square plus f square minus c is equals to 0, the circle is a point circle. All right. Fine. And the last point, The last point is if this becomes your negative, okay, that is if g square plus f square minus c becomes negative, that is less than 0. Now as you said, if your discriminant is less than 0, then you get a negative number here, right? And we cannot find square root of negative number, right? So that's why since square root of negative number is not existing, so that's why we say that the roots are imaginary. So that's why in this case also we write that the circle is imaginary, okay? The circle is imaginary, all right? So you may pause the video to note down the important points. Okay, so dear students, please bear with the extra noise. Let's start with the first question from exercise 12.2. Okay, so let me read the question for you. So question says, which of the following equations represent a circle? That means I have given you all the three cases where g square plus f square minus c is greater than 0, less than 0 and equal to 0. So basically we have to check that, alright. So if so, determine its center and radius, alright. So that's what the question is asking us. So the first question given to us is this one. Now what is the general equation? General equation is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0, alright. Basically, what is the coefficient of x square over there? It is 1. And what is the coefficient of y square? It is also 1. But here we see that the coefficient of x square and y square is 2, isn't it? So that's why what we are going to do here is we will make it 1 and 1. Alright. So first and foremost, see, both are 2. Coefficients are equal. That means if the coefficient of x square and y square both are same, then this becomes your equation of a circle. That's all we know, right? So but we have to make it 1, right? So dividing both sides by 2, then we'll arrive at x square plus y square equals to 3 by 2x minus 5 by 2y plus 7 by 2. But in a general equation, we must have 0 in the right hand side. So that's why I'm taking everything to the left hand side. So we have minus 3 by 2x plus 5 by 2y plus, minus 7 by 2 equals to 0. Now, I'm writing this in general form, alright. That is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. I am writing in this form. So we have x square plus y square. First thing is matching. Now we have 2g, isn't it? So we will write this as x square plus y square plus 2 into g into x. Then we have 2 into f into y plus c equals to 0. Right? Now, how much should be this number in order to get this? Obviously, the number has to be minus 3 by 4. Let's check. See, 2 and 4 gets cancelled, so we'll get minus 3 by 2, isn't it? So that's how we arrange. Similarly, we have 2fy. Now I have to choose a number in such a way that I will get 5 by 2. And obviously, that number will be 5 by 4. Okay? And whatever is left over, that is minus 7 by 2, will come out here. So basically, from here, what we see is the value of g is this much and the value of f is this much, isn't it? So let us check what is g square plus f square minus c. Okay, so question says find its center and radius. So let us check g square plus f square minus c. Okay, so this is equals to g is how much? See, this is g, right? So g square plus f square minus c, and g is minus 3 by 4, f is 5 by 4 and c is minus 7 by 2, right? Okay, so let's evaluate this. So minus square becomes plus, so 3 square is 9 by 16 plus 25 by 16 minus into minus is plus, which is 7 by 2. Alright, so let's evaluate this. LCM is 16, isn't it? So we have 9 plus 25 plus 8 into 7, 56. Yes, so let's evaluate this. So we have 9 plus 5, 14 plus 6 is 20, carried over 2 plus 5 is 7 plus this is 9. Yes, so we have 90 by 16. Okay, so therefore see, this turned out to be greater than 0. So that's why this is a real circle. All right, therefore the given equation represent a real circle. Now if it is a real circle, then we are asked to find what is the center, isn't it? So therefore center will be minus g comma minus f, that is minus of g. G is how much? G is equals to minus 3 by 4 comma minus f. F is how much? F is 5 by 4. So that means my center is minus into minus is plus, that is 3 by 4 comma minus 5 by 4. So this is my center. Now next thing we need to find is radius, right? So radius formula is square root of g squared plus f squared minus c, and we have already found it this part, which is equals to 90 by 16, isn't it? So we have square root of 90 by 16. Okay, so this can be written as, see, so we can write this as 9 into 10 by 16, isn't it? Now what is the square root of 9? It is 3. And what is the square root of 16? It is 4. And inside square root, what is left? Only root 10 is left. So the radius is given by this. So pause the video to note down. Now let's take the third question. So question is given in this way. So let me write this in general form. So we can write this as x square plus y square plus 2 into some number into x plus 2 into f into y plus c equals to 0. Right? Now I have to choose one number such that I will get 4x out here, and obviously that number is 2, isn't it? Now similarly I need to choose one number out here such that I will get 2y, and that number will be 1. And obviously the last number is 14 out here, isn't it? Yes, so we have, this will be 14. So if you compare with general form, this is your g, this is your f, and this is your c, right? But we need to first find what is g squared plus f squared minus c. Okay, so let's see what is g squared plus f squared minus c. So g is 2 squared plus f is 1 squared minus c is 14, right? So this is 2 squared plus, I'm sorry, this is 4 plus 1 minus 14. So how much is this? This turns out to be minus 9, isn't it? Which is a negative, isn't it? So therefore the circle is an imaginary circle, and if it is imaginary, we don't talk about its center. All right, so the circle is an imaginary circle. Pause the video to note down. Now let me take this particular question. Now if you see here, this is already given in your standard form, isn't it? See, this is not given in general form, this is given in standard form, where standard form is what? Standard form is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equals to a square, isn't it? So if you compare this with this standard form, we see that the value of h will be minus 3 and the value of k will be 2, right? So that means center h comma k will be minus 3 comma 2, isn't it? Yes, so center is this much. But if you compare this with this, then the value of a turns out to be 0. That means the radius is turning out to be 0. Now if the radius is 0, then the circle has to be a point circle. That's what we know, right? But we'll use the general form out here. Okay, so this is using standard form, please remember that. Let's make use of general form. So in order to make this general form, we will open up the bracket. Okay, so that means we'll apply a plus b whole square formula, a minus b whole square formula. So if I do that, then we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, yes, plus y square minus 2y into 2 plus 2 square equals to 0. So we have from here x square plus y square plus, this can be written as 2 into 3 into x. Now this can be written as 2 into y, isn't it? So we have plus, so 3 square is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13 equals to 0. Okay, so this is now in general form with g equals to 3. Okay, so we have to write this much. So f is minus 2 and 13 represents your c. Okay, so therefore g square plus f squared minus c will be equals to g. G is 3 squared plus f squared, that is minus 2 squared minus c. C is 13, isn't it? Okay, so this is 3 square is 9 plus this is 4 minus 13 and this overall turns out to be 0. So as g square plus f square minus c is equals to 0, so therefore the circle is a point circle with center. Okay, so center is how much? Center has to be minus g minus f, that is minus g is how much? Minus g is minus 3, yes, and f minus of minus 2 is 2, right? So that's what will be your answer. Pause the video to note down. Now let me take question number 2. So question 2 says the radius of the circle x square plus y square minus 2x plus 3y plus k equals to 0 is 2.5. Find the value of k. Okay, and the second part says find also the equation of the diameter of the circle which passes through the point 5, 2.5. Okay, so how to do this? Let's see. So first and foremost, the given equation is this one, and we need to find the value of k if the radius is this much. So let us try to write this in general form, that is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Okay, so we have x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0, right? Okay, so I need to choose one number such that I will get minus 2x, and that number has to be obviously minus 1. Now I need to choose one number out here so that I'll get 3y, and that number will be how much? 3 by 2, and the leftover number will be your c, that is k is your equals to c. Okay, so radius is given to be this much. Now what is formula for radius? Radius is square root of g square plus f square minus c, and this will be equals to 2.5, which is 5 by 2, isn't it? Now let's put the value, or if you want to get rid of square root sign, that's also can be done, but for that we need to square both sides. So squaring both sides, we'll get g square plus f square minus c equals to 5 by 2 whole square, right? Now let's put the value. So g is how much? G is minus 1, so minus 1 square plus f is 3 by 2 whole square minus c is k equals to, this is 25 by 4, isn't it? So this is equals to 1 plus 9 by 4 minus k equals to 25 by 4. So let me take these numbers over there. So we get, so minus k will be equals to 25 by 4 minus 1 minus 9 by 4. So let's evaluate this. So find the LCM. So LCM turns out to be 4, isn't it? So this becomes, yes, okay, so let's simplify this. So from here we see that this is 25 minus 13, isn't it? So 25 minus 13 is 12, isn't it? 25 minus 13 is 12, so it is 12 by 4. So from here minus k turns out to be 12 by 4, which is equals to 3. So therefore the value of k turns out to be minus 3, right? So this is the first answer. Second part says find the equation of the diameter, okay, and the diameter passes through 5.5, okay, 5 comma 2.5. Now in order to find the equation of the diameter, we need 2 points through which the diameter passes, and only one point is given. But we already know that the diameter also passes through the center, isn't it? So that's why we'll first find what is the center. Okay, so therefore the center of the circle will be minus g minus f. And what is g? G is equals to how much? G is minus 1. So minus of minus 1 is 1 and f is 3 by 2. So that's why the center is this much. So diameter passes through 2 points, that is 1 comma minus 3 by 2, that is center. Yes, and the other point is 5 comma 2 and half. So you have got x1 y1, you have got x2 y2. Therefore the equation of diameter is given by equation of the diameter is given by, the formula is y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 whole divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So use this formula and arrive at the equation by yourself. Pause the video to note down. Now we have question number 4, which says one end of a diameter of a circle x square plus y square minus 3x plus 5y minus 4 equals to 0 is 2 comma 1. Find the coordinates of the other end. So basically there is a circle. Okay, so there is a circle and there is a diameter. So one end of the diameter is given to be 2 comma 1 and the equation of the circle is given out here, which I have written down in general form. Okay, so you need to find what is the coordinate of this. So let me call the coordinate to be alpha comma beta. Okay, now the midpoint of this and this, that is this, will be your what? Center, isn't it? So that's what we are going to find first. So from the general equation we will be able to find center, and making use of midpoint formula will arrive at alpha and beta. Okay, so we know that center is given by minus g comma minus f, and what is g here? So you see that g is minus 3 by 2. So minus of minus 3 by 2 becomes 3 by 2 comma, what is f? F is 5 by 2. So that's why this becomes minus 5 by 2, isn't it? Now one end of the diameter is given to be how much? 2 comma 1. We don't know the other end. Let me take that to be alpha comma beta. So let the other end be alpha comma beta. Okay, so therefore, as I said, this will be the midpoint of this and this. So that's why this can be written as alpha plus 2 whole divided by 2. Yes, so we have 3 by 2 will be equals to alpha plus 2 whole divided by 2, and beta plus, okay, so minus 5 by 2 will be equals to beta plus 1 whole divided by 2. So from here we just need to find what is the value of alpha and beta. So let's quickly find this. So this 2 gets cancelled. So from here alpha turns out to be 3 minus 2, and from here beta turns out to be minus 5 minus 1. So therefore from here alpha turns out to be 1 and beta turns out to be minus 6. So therefore other end will be equals to alpha comma beta, that is 1 comma minus 6. Pause the video to note down. Now let me read question number 5 for you. So question says, find the equation of the circle concentric with the circle given out here and passing through the point minus 2 comma minus 7. Let's try to understand what is the meaning of this. Now what do you mean by concentric circle? Concentric circle means the circles with the very same center. For example, if I take compass and draw a circle, you'll have center to be this one. Yes. Now if I increase the radius and draw one more circle, then we'll get another circle. Yes. So if we see here, there are two circles with the same center, right? So such kind of circles are known as concentric circles. Okay. So basically equation of this is given to be this much. Okay. Now from this we will be able to find what is the center. So we will find what is the center. Now we need to find what is the equation of the other circle if the other circle passes through the point minus 2 comma minus 7. How to do? Let's see. See here, first and foremost find what is the center. Okay, so if we know the center, let's find what is the radius using distance formula. So we have got the radius, we have got the center. Use standard form, you'll arrive at the equation of this circle. So we have the given circle is this one. So if I represent this in general form, then you will get this much, where G is -4 and F is 3 with C equals to -5. Okay, so therefore its center will be equals to how much? Minus G comma minus F, that is minus G is 4 and minus F is -3. Okay, now equation, alright, so let me write radius of the other circle passing through -2 comma -7. So we are going to find what is the radius of that. Okay, so we have, let me call this as A, radius to be A. So this will be given by using distance formula. So center is 4 comma -3. Remember, call this as x1 y1, you call this as x2 y2. So we have x2 minus x1, that is 4 minus of -2 is +2 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is -3 minus of -7 becomes +7 whole square, right? So we have, this is 8 square, I'm sorry 6 square, which is 36, plus this is 4, isn't it? So 4 square is 16. So let's add them. So 6 plus 6 is 12, we'll carry over 1, so this becomes 52. So the value of A turns out to be square root of 52. So therefore equation of the concentric circle is, so using formula x minus h, and how much is h? This is my h, remember. Okay, so h is 4 whole square plus y minus k. K is -3, so that's why this becomes +3 whole square equals to a square, that is square of root over 52. So square of root of 52 turns out to be this much, isn't it? So if you want to open up the bracket, that's also fine. Otherwise you can leave your answer to be this much itself. Pause the video to note down. So dear students, let me take the last question for the day. So question number 8, there are 2 parts. So question says, find the equation of the circle which is concentric with the circle and of double its circumference. Number 1 is circumference and number 2 is area. What's the meaning of this? Let's try to understand. So let me explain you first one. So first case says you have to find the equation of the circle, okay, concentric circle. So basically there are 2 circles. Okay, now one of the equation is given and you have to find the equation of other circle whose circumference is going to be double. Okay, so question says of double its circumference. Okay, so for example, if this circumference is 4, then the circumference of this must be 8, the double. Okay, and its equation is given to us, so we need to find the equation of this. Now in order to find its equation, what do we need? First and foremost, we need its center, and other one we need is its radius. Okay, so center can be found out using the given equation. So let's see how to find the center. So center will be how much? It is minus g comma minus f. So this turns out to minus of -2 is +2 and minus f is -3. So this is the center of the circle. So we've got our center to be 2 comma -3. Okay, now our aim is to find, see, according to question, circumference of this, okay, or let me write this radius to be small r, inner radius to be small r, and the outer radius to be capital R. Okay, so let R and R represent the radii of inner and outer circles respectively. Okay, so if this is the case, then according to question, outer circumference, right? So outer circumference is double of inner circumference. Yes, so that's what the question is saying. So what is outer circumference? Formula is 2 pi capital R. Yes, and we have 2 into inner circumference is given by 2 pi small r. Okay, so you clearly see that 2 pi and 2 pi gets cancelled. So we have capital R equals to 2 r. Alright, so let us find small r first. Okay, so from this, okay, therefore small r will be equals to g square plus f square minus c, the square root of this. Yes, so this radius of this will be the inner radius. So therefore small r will be equals to square root of g square plus f square minus c, and let us calculate how much is this. Okay, so what is g? G is minus 2, so minus 2 square plus f is how much? F is 3, so 3 square minus c is minus 3, isn't it? So let's calculate this. So we have, this is 4 plus 9 plus how much is this? This is also 3, isn't it? So how much is this? Altogether this is 16. So square root of 16 turns out to be 4. So that's why your inner radius is 4. But we need the outer radius, right? So therefore capital R will be 2 times small r, which is 4. So this turns out to be exactly 8. Okay, so therefore equation of the required circle. Required circle means the circle whose circumference is double. Okay, will be x minus h, that is center. H is 2 whole square plus y minus k. Okay, so y minus k is minus 3, so that's why this becomes plus 3 whole square equals to capital R square, isn't it? So capital R is 8 square, right? So that's why this is actually x minus 2 whole square plus y plus 3 whole square equals to 64. All right, so this is my first answer. Okay, so let me call this as number 1. Okay, so number 2 says, in second part, according to question, area of bigger is double the area of smaller, right? So area of bigger means outer circle is equals to double of area of inner circle, isn't it? So area of outer is given by pi capital R square, and the area of inner is given by pi small r square. Yes, so pi and pi gets cancelled. So from here let's calculate what is capital R. So 2 into small r, and how much is small r? Small r turned out to be 4, so this is 4 square, isn't it? So from here capital R square turns out to be 4 square is 16, 16 into 2 is 32. Yes, so therefore equation of the required circle is, see again the center is going to be same, so that's why we'll get this thing to be same, right? So we have x minus 2 whole square plus y plus 3 whole square equals to r square, and how much is r square? R square is 32, isn't it? So for the second case, that is when the area is double, then the equation becomes this much. Pause the video to note down.